Hello, it's Tracy. So today we're going to be making some plantains with some chickpeas. So I'm going to be jazzing it up a little bit using some peppers, some onions in a nice tasty herby like sauce. So join me as we go again in another culinary adventure.
We're going to be using some plantains, red pepper, scotch bonnet, black pepper, yellow pepper, salt, coriander, parsley, some spinach, chickpeas, cayenne pepper, and blended tomatoes. Place the foil on a tray. You can also use parchment paper if you like. Drizzle some olive oil on it. Then lay your chopped in cubes plantains, seasoned with some cayenne pepper, hence you've got that colour. Spread it nicely as you want evenly on your tray because you actually want it to cook really nicely. You want the heat to go right in. You can put some black pepper on this if you like, but I've just put some cayenne pepper. It's nice and subtle. Next up, we're going to chop our bell peppers, starting with the red bell peppers, and you want to chop them into nice small sizes. So I'm cutting them nicely because if the children are going to eat the peppers, you want to get it eventually in a cube-like shape, and you just get a nice mouthful on your spoon. And you cut that up. The next thing, we're going to be cutting our yellow bell peppers. With the yellow bell peppers as well, I've used half of each. Of course, if you're making a larger pot of your plantain chickpea sauce, you can use more peppers, but I've just kept it with half peppers, half of the bell peppers, because I want to get those colors popping. I want to make them look really colorful, and that's what peppers do. They give that sweet taste, and also they make it pop. Next up, we're going to chop up our scallion. I've used just one scallion for this recipe because it's not a big pot, so you can use more scallions if you want. After this, we're going to bring our pan to the heat, and we're going to add some olive oil. Add some olive oil, and straight away we're going to saute our peppers. So all of the peppers and the spring onion saute together nicely. So make sure it all goes nice, and you can see the colors popping straight through on that. It's gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that. So saute for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to get our tomatoes ready. So it's a blended half a tin tomato you can use. So now we're going to be adding our tomatoes straight in, and you're already starting to make a nice little sauce with this. So you mix it up really nicely and allow it to simmer for a few minutes. And now we're going to, add some salt to this, followed by some coriander, and then we're going to cover up again. Add a teaspoon of parsley and allow it to simmer for a few minutes. Look at that, those beautiful colors. They're just oozing beautifully. The aroma in my kitchen is absolutely divine. Now we're going to add scotch bonnet pepper and a bit of water. And the reason I've left the stock in is just so that I can take the peppers out later on if I want to use it as a garnish. Look at that, absolutely gorgeous. Those colours are popping. You could put some peas in this if you like actually, but I haven't put any peas in. Add half a teaspoon of garlic. Mix it, and by the way, the garlic is some dried garlic powder, so you can use fresh garlic. Now we're going to check in our plantains. So they're already looking nicely. You can see those nice golden color which it gives it. Look at that, they're just popping. And this was just 20 minutes. You can leave it for longer if you like. And those plantains are going to be ready to go into our sauce. And our sauce is looking really nice here. Now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Again, you don't have to, but I've added that in. And mixing that really nicely, and you can see how beautiful those colors are coming together. That's really what you want. Color in the food pops and the aroma, amazing. Now we're going to be adding our boiled chickpeas. So I bought this boiled in the shops, but of course you can, cook your own chickpeas and put that in. Mix that all nicely. And chickpeas are great for curries and stews, rich source of proteins. Look at those beautiful colors. Have a look at that. And there's also your Scotch bonnet pepper, which you can take out and put it back in later for some garnish. Beautiful. That's just an amazing rich sauce, and there's a lot you can put in this sauce, to be honest. We're going to cover it up and let it simmer for a few minutes. Get your plantains ready. Add your plantains into the sauce. Mix it nicely so that you can get this blend of colors and the flavors going right into your plantains. Plantains are really nice and already looking really colorful. We're going to now add our spinach. Now for the spinach, I haven't chopped it up. By all means, if you want to chop up, you can, but to be honest, spinach cooks really fast, so there isn't any need to chop it up. So you put some in, you stir it, you put some in, you stir it, depending on how much spinach you want to put on this. And so I've kept it like a small handful, as you would notice. I haven't put a lot in, and I'm letting the heat go right through the spinach so that it cooks really nicely. So I'm putting a few more, so observe it, gauge how much you're making and just add the spinach based on that. Simmer for a few minutes and then we're ready to serve. Look at that. Those colors are really popping nicely. So I'm going to bring it a bit closer so you can actually see what I'm doing. So you can see that those plantain and the colors are very rich. So this spinach gives it that nice, green color, the yellow bell peppers, the red bell peppers, and that's your Scotch bonnet. Again, you could use for garnish if you like. And there it is. Tasty, beautiful, lovely aroma. And that was ready to go into the bellies of the children and myself. Thank you for watching. God bless.